Welcome to our international news tonight. Nepal is facing a catastrophic flash flood disaster along the Nepal-Tibet border after massive ice and rock collapse in the Himalayas sent a surge of water marred in debris through river valleys. The disaster has killed at least 359 people in Nepal, while more than 1,000 people remain missing across Nepal and neighboring Tibet. With many of those unaccounted for being tourists and religious pilgrims, entire villages have been destroyed while roads, bridges and other critical infrastructure have been swept away. Rescue operations are continuing with the Nepalese authorities using helicopters and ground teams to search for survivors and evacuate people stranded in affected communities. The operation remains difficult because roads and bridges have been destroyed and some areas are inaccessible. Authorities are also monitoring a newly formed lake created by a blockage upstream, which could trigger further flooding if it breaches. The disaster has affected foreign nationals from numerous countries, prompting governments to assist in locating their citizens, while humanitarian agencies are mobilizing emergency support. From Nepal to Vatican, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV has concluded his catechetical series on the Second Vatican Council's Constitution on the Sacred Liturgy. During his general audience at St. Peter's Basilica on Wednesday, the Pope reflected on why the Council Fathers promoted liturgical reforms, stressing that the reform was intended to help Catholics participate more conscientiously and actively in worship and enter into a deeper relationship with God. Pope Leo XIV emphasized that liturgical reforms remains firmly rooted in the living tradition of the Catholic Church and distinguished between the divine elements of the liturgy, which are immutable, and human elements that can develop over time. He also warned against abuses and misunderstandings of the reforms, while reaffirming that the liturgical celebration belongs to the whole Church and should not be treated as private acts. Well, that story takes us to an end of our news edition tonight.